esta computadora.
Okay.
Perfecto. Problem say.
Yeah, wait, please.
Dr. Adam, can you listen me?
Yeah.
Santos Sa, can you listen me?
Yes, I'm listening you.
Oh,
Yes,
I
listen.
Dr. Santosh, you know, Dr. Santosh is my teacher.
Okay.
Hello.
Congrats.
Hi.
But
Hello, sir. Welcome to the room.
Thank you.
Okay. We will start.
Okay.
Perfect. There, everyone. Welcome to this Ecuadendro Tropical Talks. I'm Kelly Peña from Ecuador. I'm representative of Ecuadendro Tropicals, educational consultancy focused on dendrochronology. The scientist who will lead this presentation, this conference, is Dr. Adam Khan. Our speaker, the Dr. Adam Khan is a doctor of philosophy in dendroclimatology and plant ecology. Assistant professor from Department of Botanic, University of Lake Marbat. Excellent.
Okay.
All attendants are asked to keep their microphone off, and after, when we are in this event, you can write your question and we can give you the response, please. The topic we will address in this event is about dendrochronology as a climatic mechanism. You are welcome to this seminar. Let's continue. Please, Alan, you can start.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. California, for giving me opportunity to present my talk over here. The topic which I will present over here is the status of dendrochronology in Pakistan and a warm season drought reconstruction in Central Asia, Central Northern Pakistan, and threat from tree rings since 1670 and a possible climatic mechanism. Actually, in this topic, I will cover two main things. First is that how the concept of dendrochronology came in Pakistan. I mean that how many people contribute in the treating research in Pakistan. And the second thing which we will cover in this presentation is that what we are focusing nowadays. So thank you so much again, California, for giving me the opportunity to present my talk over here. The outline which I will cover in this presentation is that dendrochronology study in Pakistan. The second which I will cover is the tree species commonly used in tree ring research. And the third outline of my presentation is researcher who contribute in tree ring research in Pakistan. The next one is that we know that climate change is a global challenging. So what Pakistan is nowadays facing and what may expected in the future. And the fifth one, which we will call that importance of northern area for Pakistan and nearby country. The sixth outline of my presentation is that the data which we collect for this treating research are for drought reconstructions. Now in seven outline I will share the result, where in 8 I will share the regional comparison of my reconstruction with other, and second last the possible climatic mechanism which Pakistan climate are facing, and the 10th one is the conclusion and recommendation. So first of all, okay, just check. problem is this? Okay, so dendrochronological study in Pakistan. First of all, we know that tree ring or dendrochronology is a study. Dendrochronology is a study of tree ring in which we are focusing on the exact year of information. So we know that dendrochronology or tree ring study in Pakistan is very young science. Basically, first of all, a few researchers calculate age of trees was using the simple ring counting, means they determine the tree ring, the age of our trees, but they didn't give the concept of dendrochronology. They was just based on simple ring counting, in which the Champion et al., Han and Sheikh are very prominent. Later on, earlier Professor Ahmad, who was able to introduce the field of dendrochronology in Pakistan by presenting or participating in a talk, they gave the concept that basically the tree ring science is known as dendrochronology, and what we can do in Pakistan while using the tree ring research. So they present dendrochronology and its scope in Pakistan. Later on, this is Professor Ahmad. We can call him the father of dendrochronology in Pakistan. Later on, when he published the first tree ring chronology while utilizing the Abyss-Pendro tree ring data, then Esper and his team came to Pakistan in 1993, who's collects a huge number of data from various trees, and after that they published two papers, one in the Science Journal and one in Nature. These are the contributors who's contribute and tree ring research in Pakistan, Professor Esper and Professor Tret, who's contribute first time they reconstruct the first climate while utilizing the Juniper excelsa tree ring data. After that, Professor Muinuddin Ahmad and Dr. Nasrullah, Dr. Wahab, and Dr. Osama, Muhammad Zafar, they Professor Muinuddin Ahmad, when came to Pakistan in 2005, they established a lab for tree ring research. And these are the first, Dr. Nasrullah, Dr. Wahab, and Dr. Zafar was his first team member who's collect tree ring data and worked with Edward Cook. Later on, Dr. Mukund also worked and published paper on stream flow. It is very interesting to share that first stream flow reconstruction was published by Cook with Ahmad, and after that Dr. Fayaz Asad and me also done a later contribution in tree ring research in Pakistan. I work with Professor Fang Chings, who's from China, and we are nowadays also doing calibration work. Dr. Saeed Ahmad, who was the later one, the latest one, or rest one, who's published work on the drought reconstruction from Chatran. Basically, many tree has been used for dendroclimatic study, but in Pakistan, the tree which are used for dendroclimatic study is the Cedrus deodara, Pisces smithiana, Abyss-Pendro, Pinus girardiana, and Juniper excelsa. The first in Pakistan, Cedrus deodara, Pinus girardiana, and Juniper excelsa are considered the oldest tree, and it's grow up to 1,000 years at different location. In Pakistan, if you are talking about in Pakistan forest, so juniper excelsa are very common in Balochistan area, Ziyarat and different division of Balochistan, where cedars are very common in Himalayan region of Murray and also Chitral site, Pisces mithiana, Abies pandro, and other species. They are very common in Gilgit-Baltistan area. So these are basically the tree which can easily use in dendroclimatic study in Pakistan. Okay, we people are well aware about the climate change. Climate change is not a single, not an issue for a single country, but it is a worldwide issues. And it is very important that we should determine that in which direction the climate is going, because in every day the glacier is melting and rainfall pattern is being changed. Similarly, drought occurrence day by day, drought condition occurrence. And if we are talking about in Pakistan are nowadays, and particularly from last 5 to 6 year, facing extreme climate event, particularly the flood, which is very common, occurring each and every years. So it is very important that we should know about that. What will be the future? What will be the climate, future climate in Pakistan? And it is also the fact that we don't have enough amount of data, which we don't have that amount of data which we can determine the future challenges or climate and which direction the climate is going. Northern area of Pakistan is very important part of Pakistan. I would like to share over here that more than 70% of agricultural land dependent on northern area waters, because we have the river Indus, which is originated from Ladakh area of India, passing from Gilgit-Baltistan, covering Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Sindh area, and some of Punjab area. And it is very important that more than 3 hydropower electric our dam had been made on this river. If the river flow, the river Indus flow become less, it will create alarming situation for Pakistan. And we have 2 important peak, that is the Karakoram Nanga Parbat, which is also very important because the stream flow of the river Indus mostly depend on these 2 peak. Apart from this, we have a lot of widespread conifer forest in this region, which are considered the oldest tree. So, but it is very important that the climate station of northern Pakistan was established after 1955. So we don't have such amount of data which we can calculate the future climate. So while utilizing the tree data, which can predict we can reconstruct the past climate and predict the future. If we are talking about the northern area of Pakistan and what is our sampling sites, we will share over here. The map, which is I have shared with you people, it revealed that Pakistan is located in an area in which the surrounding is the India, China, Tajikistan, Afghanistan. So it's mean that if there is the surrounding country which are located in Pakistan may influence the around Pakistan may influence the climate of Pakistan. For our treating research, we focused on Indus Coastal area, which is located on 34 to 35 north latitude and 72 to 73 east longitude. The climate data of Gilgit-Baltistan demonstrated that highest precipitation occur in the April to May, where lowest precipitation were recorded in June to and January, February, and November and December. Similarly, June and August were the warmest month in the area. The wetler and latent climate, the climograph demonstrated that mostly the drought condition may appear in the June and August. If you are talking about the long-term, if you are talking about the long-term climate record of our area, our Gilgit-Baltistan area, it demonstrated that most of the rainfall occur in the area which is below the average rain, but it show reflected the recent moisture condition in Gilgit-Baltistan region. Now, it is very important for my student or for those who don't know about the dendrochronology, that how we can obtain the tree ring data. Basically, we are using increment border for the collection of data, which is for tree ring data, which is normally known as the core sample. So the old sample or core sample were collected while using the increment border. After that, when the related information were noted, like the elevations aspect, then we bring these core sample. Okay, it's very important to explain over here that we collect the core sample from live and cut trees, and we focus on that area which the tree are growing in the natural environment, means that the Rocky Mountains, or that we target that tree which are sensitive to climate. So we collect tree ring data from northern Pakistan while using the increment border. After that, we bring this sample to the lab and keep for 1 week for air dry, and we mounted the core sample with glue. After some days, core sample were polished with different sandpaper. When the distinguished or clear ring appear, that were studied under microscope. No, people are well aware that when we are studying the microscope, so Dr. Santosh or some previous scientists know that first of all, nowadays T-SAFE program are using for cross-dated, but some cross-dating are also being done with visualized cross-dating or visual cross-dating, that we checking the pattern of tree ring. So we applied both the visualized cross-dating or T-SAFE software. Now, if you are talking about the reconstruction, so what strategy we have been applied for obtaining our result? First, we obtain the tree ring data from a bee spelro species. Then we cross-date these tree ring data while utilizing the T-SAFE program. After that, we developed tree ring chronology, but you know that we collect sample from two sites, that was the Kot area and Fiti region of Kandiya river of northern Pakistan, central northern Pakistan. So when we check the correlation of both chronology, so it's give a strong correlations. So instead of using a single chronology, we developed a composite chronology, which is also known as the regional chronology. Basically, original ecology can be obtained from more than two trading site data, but we in this research we utilize only two sites. Then we check the growth climate relationship with the precipitation, drought, and temperature. We utilize the minimum temperature, maximum temperature. Then from that we targeted that month which show highest correlations. So we done the transfer function, and we use the linear regression process. After that, we check the validation. We validated our reconstruction with various tests, and then we compare our data with other proxy. These are the wait. These are the site chronology which explain the first one is from the court area, and the single one is from the 30 region. You know that different statement has been given by various scientists that number of cores should be limitation of number of core, like Spear, Jim Spear explained in his book Fundamental of Treating, is that the number of samples should be 12, mean that we can collect at least 12 treating from 12 trees, core sample from 12 trees can be collected. But we collected so about 28 sample from one site and more than 40 sample from other site. It is very important that the number of sample in the one region is low because the area was very rigid. So we use the roof, and after that, one of my student and me just go to the mountain near. We cross the mountain and collect sample from that area. From these, we developed a composite chronology. You know, a composite chronology or regional chronology explained that the EPS threshold limit is about 16 to 70, 1670 to 2020. So these are the length which can be utilized for the dendroclimatic study. Expression population demonstrated the threshold limit, and RBR is also increases when we go to past. This is the statistical analysis, or the statistical description of our tree ring chronology sites. The series intercorrelation was very high. You know that it is 0.596. Mean sensitivity is 0.211, which is very good. And similarly, the standard deviation and RBR is also good. So it reflected that the chronology has ability to, we can reconstruct the past climate. The growth climate relationship of our treating data demonstrated a good correlation with the drought, that the whole month of drought it show a good correlation. But it is very important to note that March, April, May, and the March, April, May precipitation also give a strong correlation with training data. Similarly, March, April, May, June, July temperature, both the minimum temperature and maximum temperature give a negative correlation with the training data. This analysis demonstrated that the drought is the fundamental factor which limit the radial growth of a bee spandrel, and it's mean that that drought that treating is very sensitive to drought conditions. So because the correlation is also very high, and the other factors also predict that the limiting factors is drought. So we focus on drought reconstruction from northern Pakistan. These are the spread correlation, calibration and validation statistic. First, I would thanks to my friends and also my teacher, Dr. Santosh. Sometime I really tease him by crying again and again how we can do this and how. And finally, I'm very thankful to him that I learned these things from him, and he is very cooperative. Anyhow, if you talk about the validation statistic, so you can see the Pearson correlations of our treating data and climate is very high. That is the 0.66, which is very reliable. Similarly, correlation coefficient is 0.443. The adjacent correlations is 0.43. It's mean that the explains variance is 0.44% variance has been explained by our reconstruction. Okay, this is the actual and reconstruction data. The red line is indicate the actual data, where the blue line demonstrated the reconstruction data. First, I would like to clear you that though we have data from Pakistan meteorological stations, which I also already clear this that in Gilgit-Baltistan, the meteorological station were established in 1955. So in this research, we utilize both the KMNI Climatic Explorer data and the meteorological data and some viewer, but we focus the KMNI Climatic Explorer data because when we check the meteorological data, so till 1963, the data was not reliable. Some missing data were there, particularly a number of missing data were in the rainfall data. So we utilize the KMNI Climatic Explorer data. Our reconstruction reveal 44% variance. If we check the long-term reconstruction or data, it shows that the moisture condition before 1870 it was high, but after that 1950 the moisture condition or the drought becoming low, or drought condition is appearing. However, it reflects a little moisture condition in recent area. The drought condition which are very prominent in our reconstruction may be associated to global warming or anthropogenic disturbance in northern area of Pakistan, or other extreme event like that. As we know that after 1950, with the industrializations, the global warming is increasing. So it's mean that the drought condition in northern Pakistan is increasing with the passage of time. The spatial correlation demonstrate a good correlation with the field, and it also reflect some correlation with nearby region like Chitral, some area of India, and similarly the correlation we see surface temperature is also high. It's mean that it demonstrate that the sea surface temperatures also affect the northern Pakistan climate. This is the MTM power spectral analysis for our warm season, June to April, May, June, July, self-calibratory powered palmer drought reconstruction, and more let global wavelet power spectral analysis for this. Also this indicate that some shorter years like 2.3 to 3.2 year and some decadal years. The shorter years should be maybe due to the and known as Southern Oscillation or Atlantic Mother Oscillation AMO, which we later checked with our data. This is the correlations and comparison of our reconstruction data with regional and other nearby country. Particularly, we checked our reconstruction data with the Ahmed et al., whose reconstruct drought from the Chitral region, me from reconstruct precipitation from Gilgit-Baltistan region. Similarly, TRED also work on precipitations. Most of our the phases of our reconstruction match well with the northern Pakistan reconstruction, and similarly the nearby reconstruction. But it's very important to know that we found a negative correlation with TRED reconstruction. The possible reason may be that the TRED obtained data from very dry side, from dry side of the dry year. For example, they obtained juniper data from the peak point of Pakistan, from the peak mountain of Pakistan, and I have personally visited to that site. It's very dry, mostly the rocks or the earth. So this may be the reason. One important reason which I would like to explain over here is that the TRED data were mostly based on high elevations, that is the more than 3,400 kilometer, 34 meter above the sea level. So it might be the possible because at high altitude in a particular timberline, the tree is mostly sensitive to temperature. So maybe this is the reason that the negative correlation may be due to this reason. However, we found a strong correlation with the other reconstruction, which is very good. Okay, the possible climatic mechanism is that personally, when I calculated the data, it reflects a highest correlation with the South Asia monsoon summer index. And last night I talked with Professor Santosh that please share me the Indian summer monsoon data. When I checked that, we found a little bit low correlation with data. This may be possible because some of the researcher explained that highest instrumental correlation between the South Asia summer monsoon and India summer monsoon. But in our cases, our treating data show lowest correlation with the South Asia summer highest correlation with South Asia summer monsoon, and a little lowest correlation with South Asia summer monsoon index. Similarly, when we checked our treating reconstruction data with AMO, it's also show high correlations, indicating that AMO also affects the climate of northern Pakistan. And so 3.4 also show good correlation with our reconstructed data, which reflect that these are the fundamental factors which are influencing the northern Pakistan climate. But what are other factors which involve or which promote these phenomena in northern Pakistan is still research is still needed on it. In order to further clarify the fundamental factor which affect the drought condition of northern Pakistan or promote the drought condition of northern Pakistan. We checked we compare our reconstruction data with the solar activity and sunspot number. It's indicate that the sunspot number indicate solar activity indicate resemblance with our tracing data, but if we check that some of our phases are not match, where most of the phases are matched, this might be due to ecological problems which are facing by the tree. So now just come to the conclusion, which is very important. I welcome all the researcher from India, from America, who want to contribute with me. Tree research in Pakistan is still young, because still dendroecological study are needed to be conducted. Dendroseismological study are also needed. No dendroglaciology study has been done yet. So we need more and more dendroclimatic reconstructions. If we talking or focusing on our main research, it indicate that warm season, April to July drought, is the fundamental factor that significantly influence the radial growth of Abyss pendro. Similarly, our drought reconstruction expose a significant link with South Asia summer monsoons, and as well as the Atlantic multi-decadal oscillation. The annual cycle of multi-Taffer method demonstrate possible link between central northern Pakistan and El southern oscillation, as confirmed by the correlation analysis of our reconstruction with ENSO. The prolonged drought event were also consistent with the solar activity and sunspot number. So these were okay. Nowadays, one of my students, some of my students, not one of my students, are focusing on dendrochronological study. That is the Zaid Rauf. You can see got PhD in training research, dendrochronology, and the other is also my student. He is working on training research. So that's all about my talk. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or comment, please ask. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear Dr. Adam. And a lot of congrats for you for all this work that you are working with your dendrochronology growth in Pakistan. We know that all these studies and results is very important for our planet, for that are happening actually now about the climate change. Thanks and a lot of congrats for you. Aplausos.
Welcome. Welcome.
For you. Okay, you're welcome. And if the participants want to make a question, please you can talk.
One thing which I want to share with you, I was in traveling and just stuck in the rush, and I joined this meeting in a private place. I don't know how I presented to here, but I hope it will be better.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please.
First of all, Adam, very much thank you very much for your very nice presentation, and I really enjoyed your presentation. And it was clear, though you have joined from somewhere else, but it's very clear, and you explained very well. And I'm happy to see that the progress of dendrochronological work in your region, because what I see long back, when the tree studies started in Pakistan, it was mostly based on the classical methodology. But there are some studies which based on advanced technique, like Tradil did some isotopic work earlier, and but you have done very new ideas and new things, and you have added very recent things. So it's very interesting. And one thing that you have compared with the radial data, no, that is showing a negative correlation. So it's my suggestion, if you can invert that axis, so it will go match very well with the, though it will be negative correlation, but still it gives a very clear signal, like matching signal with your studied that reconstruction data and isotopic data. That will be helpful.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. When I start analysis, I uh, take help from you, took help from you that time, particular inverse analysis, and I
Yes.
have done this
Mhm.
with your suggestion.
And
So the signal is very clear.
yeah, one more thing, that what is the serial correlation, that is autocorrelation exists in your data? Because I find that most of the previous year that drought data is also correlated well with the trading data set. So that means the previous year effect is also there in the current year growth. So you can use, while doing reconstruction, you can use T and T+1, and you can check whether there will be any no improvement, or it may improve, or it may give some better signal, and it will may gives a clear
Okay.
signal.
Okay,
Mm.
sir. Thank you so much for your compliments.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I just want to share a
Yeah,
good message.
but it is
A
very
good,
very interesting. It is interesting work, and the correlation with climate is very high. So I
yeah.
hope this will
This,
work
you
published
know,
in journal.
we submit this work to Climate Change Journal, and they give a minor revision on it. Hope it will be accepted today
Oh,
or tomorrow.
okay, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for
Uh,
the talk.
Okay, you are welcome. And other participant maybe want to make a question. Okay,
Okay.
Talha.
Hassan.
uh, Dr. Adam, thank you so much for such a nice talk. Sorry, I cannot share my webcam because something is dark. Anyhow, Dr. Saab, I have just want to know some informations because you collected the samples from the Himalayan region, right?
No,
Hello.
actually, you know that
Okay.
I collect sample from the junction, which where the Himalaya, Karakoram, and Hindu Kush are merged. So that's
Okay.
why I gave
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, this is, I think maybe as I visited to this area, so this is also very dry area. As I know that the ESPER is collected the sample from Viber region, and they collected the sample is the elevation more than 36,000 meters, and they are mentioned that the growth will be sensitive to the precipitation is very, and before that there is another one publication in this area that mentioned that the climate up in this area is out of phase in the northern Pakistan, which also show that the moisture is sensitive and where they are collected the samples from in low elevations, right? So it's mean that the upper elevation and the lower elevation both they are collected the samples, but both mention that will be moisture sensitive. This data is also showing that the moisture is mean the drought sensitivity. So do you think that where you collected the sample, so that is the moist area, and the esper that thread and esper they are the uh, dry area. And one another
Uh,
question that uh, I saw in some graphs the and comparisons the magnitude among the data is very high. So I didn't know, is maybe there is something error in data where because maybe you show that the climatic station data, so between the mean, maximum, minimum, between these data magnitude is very high, and the pattern is very changed as the earlier published data. So could you just some comments again regarding this?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Asad. Uh, First of all, I would just clear that Dr. Santosh know that Abispendro is mostly growing in that area, which is a little moisture side. Mean that growing at that area where a little moisture condition are present. And you know that the Boyabar Valley, which is known as the Abgarch, you have some many stone or the drought condition were there. One important thing which I would like to share over here is that we all are well aware that most of the tree which are growing on a timberline are sensitive to temperature. And that has been predicted by you and your research while utilizing the Pinus willichiana data. If you check by the elevation side, I just want to share with you that that is below 3,000 meter. I am not wrong. Yeah, that is below 3,000 meter, and we are well aware mostly the elevation the tree which are growing the below the 3,200 meter, they are very sensitive to precipitation and drought, because when the at high timber at the upper timberline, when the temperature increase, it create evapotranspiration and give some moisture condition to these trees, and the survival of this tree is totally based on the moisture condition. Thank you.
Dr. Saab, could you show the one of the slide data, the special correlations?
Yeah.
Could you show the slide?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, this one. Thank you. If you look in this first graph, so the north part of Pakistan, they are particularly very moist and cold area, and this is the drought showing that very strong correlation and positive correlation with this area, even though there is no correlation with the south part of Pakistan, and even though the south part of the Afghanistan and also as well is the India. uh, I don't know where that is. Could you explain this scenario?
You know that this correlation is based on the drought reconstruction data, not on-tree data.
Yes,
It
yes,
clearly show the
yes.
correlation. Dr. Santosh is
So
also here.
No,
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 but
I'm talking about that the south part is having no correlations, and where is the eastern and south part of the India is there, so didn't show even the no correlation. Even the north part of Pakistan, they show very strong correlation.
I'm not getting your question. What you want to say? What is your main
Uh,
question related to this?
okay, Dr. Saab, I just want to know this thing. Could you share the reason why they have no correlation with the south part of Pakistan? Even the south part of Pakistan is very dry area. Even though in the western part of the Pakistan, that is like the Chatral region, they are also in the dry area, but have strong correlation. That is reasonable. But in the south part is having no correlations. Could you just explain the reason?
Listen, it is not important that your reconstruction will recover whole Pakistan region. This is
Mhm.
the regional reconstruction, not about the whole country. So it reflects that the Hindu Kush Himalaya region have correlation with our trading site. The southern side, like you said, Balochistan, or you are talking about the Balochistan or other sites. So might be possible
Yes.
that it will be ecological differences, because the tree may be growing on some different ecological aspect. Because when we going to the southern part, the elevation is decreasing with passage of time. With the passage of kilometer, for example, if we close to the seaside, the elevation is decreasing. So it may be possible that it is because of the ecological differences of the area, or altitude differences of the area.
Okay. Thank you, Lord Saab. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Another question?
May
Maybe?
I ask some comments from Santosh sir, because he is very experienced man
No,
in
no, it's okay.
dendrochronology.
No, no, actually,
May
I
he explain
understand the
some
point.
about this question?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand the point raised by the Asadji, because he is saying that you have reconstructed your no sorry, drought reconstruction from the upper region, okay, northern portion, but it is not especially correlated with the southern part of the Pakistan region and even in the Indian region. Most probably, this could be the reason that the sea effect is there, and your the reconstruction data has been done from the very high elevation mountainous region.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe the sea effect is there. Or
Yeah, sir. I explained that glacier, for example, air circulation is also one of the phenomena which create moisture condition in the surrounding mountains.
yeah,
So it
and
is
mostly
mostly related to elevations.
yeah, that is also true, and mostly the westerlies is also dominating.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I I
that's why
I, I show that
yeah,
the summer monsoon.
that's why I believe that instead of ENSO signal, your AMO signal is much more stronger, because
Yeah,
when you
I
correlate it
explained.
with
I
AMO,
explained
that
that.
is much
I
more
explained that.
uh, higher
Uh,
correlation.
yeah, I explained that in my paper that the
And
AMO signal is stronger than
this
else.
region, entire Himalaya and this Karakoram region itself is a very complex ecological thing. So
Yeah,
it is sometimes it's
very,
very
very,
complicated to explain
very
most of this.
important thing. Very important thing. I would
Sometimes this
just like.
AB spin row, sometimes they explain very good signal of temperature also, but here it is again showing the drought signal. So that
Yeah.
be different things. It may vary from
About
region.
Karakoram, there a complex region in Pakistan.
Yeah, I
We
know
obtain
actually.
a different
That's why
result. Like
it's
that
a
one up.
Karakoram anomaly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even
One of our
Asad is here.
researcher.
Even the
Yes, sir.
both the two paper came in consecutive year. One is
Yeah.
saying the temperature signal, no different signal. One is saying different, another is saying different.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one is said that out of phase relationship. Other
Yes,
is
yes,
said in phase relationship. One
yes.
important thing is that on same elevation, I just gone and got the sample. I obtained the signal with the precipitation. What's going on in Karakoram? I don't know.
Yeah, she also like to comment.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello.
Congratulations to you for your
Thank you
talk.
so
And
much.
I can see some very good data coming out over here, and looking forward to your future publications also, because you guys are doing pretty good job, and we'll really look forward to your publications. And it gives us more insight, because we this region is like a gap for us, and we are also working towards Kashmir, Himalaya and stuff, and towards Western Himalaya. So sometimes the signals gets very complicated, especially what sir was saying. But with you, the only comment I can also say is, like, in Northeast we have similar issues when we try to correlate the data with the lower climate zone. It doesn't matches, but it matches with the higher elevated parts. Like recently we are trying to work on something in Tawang, Arunachal, where I went for field. So it's coming in the same way, like with the higher altitude region is giving a very good correlation, but with the lower altitude climate data set, it's not giving. So this is how it is in the other side of the plains.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
mostly, I think it looks good. So best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Adam, I have a doubt, a little question. Maybe have you worked with other model when you are accomplish your climatic reconstruction? Maybe did you use random forest regression, stepwise regression, in addition to the linear regression?
Yeah, we
Maybe.
use the linear regressions for that.
Okay.
But altitude is the main reason in northern Pakistan. I just collect some sample from Balochistan and found a strong signal with the sea surface temperature. But when I checked that with the station data, it didn't give any signal. But one thing which I would like to share over here, sometime in Pakistan, India, and might be in Nepal, the station or previous one, that is people noted the data manually. So sometimes they noted the data, assume the data. So maybe that they may be the reason. Dr. Asad know that in northern, if we in northern the climate station of northern Pakistan have a number of missing data regarding the precipitations.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much.
welcome.
There are another question maybe for other participant, or is enough for now?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Asad.
For
Thank you
all.
so much for your comments and compliment. Dr. Santosh sir, I'm very thankful, and I really appreciate your help and research. Sometimes I personally call him either in night time or either in official time. They give fully support to me and other friends who give their support in this research.
Okay. Thank you so much for all. A lot of thanks, Dr. Adam, for give us this opportunity to know more about dendrochronology and global scale. This is very important to share all this knowledge about science, because only this way our work is possible to learn more, to help our planet and know abroad. Thanks. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate your time and give me opportunity to present my talk in this forum. Thank you so much. So nice of you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
See you there.
See
Thank
you
you.
later. Bye.
Good luck.